This restaurant is called the Big Rhino. It specializes in orc gourmet dishes and is actually quite popular with those who can stomach dishes like live worms and sprouts. Live sprouts. Now, this is actually the place long ago where I recruited Winston Mars. But there is also another person here. You move into the booth. Bodyguards search for hidden weapons on your body. When they are satisfied, a voice speaks from the shadows. Well, what have we here? A Shadowrunner looking for work. I'm Mortimer Reed, and if you serve me well, we can both make a lot of new yen. Okay, so I don't need work from him right now, so info. I hate to give anything away, so I am loath to discuss any information with you for free. But as it is the custom to do so, I will part with it begrudgingly. Do I sound pretentious enough to be him? Does that sound about right for everybody? However, I do know a valuable contact whom I believe you could benefit from. I could impart you with the name for 1,500 new yen. And yes, that person is very valuable, so I can get you in touch with a corporate acquaintance of mine. He's been around and knows things that would be useful if you were going to run on a corporation, which eventually we're going to have to do several times. So, would you like to purchase a new pal? Easy money, chummer, I'll pay. Sure thing, friend. The transaction is made and the data is placed into your pocket secretary. His name's Alessandro Hobbs, and it isn't necessary to mention my name. Well, okay. I'll just leave that there. I had to give anything away. It's close. No, pretentious. Top hat, monocle, top hat, monocle. Okay. Question. If we could get on with this unprofitable business of free information, I am a busy man. Tell me about a Johnson named Julius Struther. That no-account dwarf. Why would a flashy gent legal like yourself bother with a piece of trash like that? Have you ever met a dwarf you could trust? I rest my case. Stay away from that guy. He'll kill you. Good old, future-fashioned racism. Gotta love it. I've got another question for you. Do you know anyone by the name Mako Sachau? Sure, Mako is a Renraku man, used to be a project manager. I hear he's been in the doghouse lately, something to do with his project getting fouled up. Hear he's been running up quite a tab at Club Penumbra since. Okay, so we'd be able to find him at Club Penumbra. Okay, we'll talk about a different subject. You're the perp. I'll see what I can do as long as it's not too legal. I'll talk to you later, chum. I'll check you later. For fleas and ticks, as you're far below my social standing. Your BO is far below my social standing, too. Okay. I think next thing I want to do is find a phone and talk to these two new people I've gotten potential access to. There we go. Good phone. Okay. Let's see what Kip David had to offer. And they use the exact... They didn't even bother to recolor it. Like Mortimer Reed is doubling at as Kip David. And eternity passes as the vid phone beeps the other end. Finally, Kip connects. I'm kind of busy. Can we do this another time? I would like to procure your services. He sighs. Yeah, alright, only if it'll be quick. I'm working on a really whiz program and I don't want to lose my train of thought. So I suppose you want to know the secrets of Matrix running Corpse? Or I could sell you a couple of programs I just finished, or are you interested in the hottest cyber deck on the market? I would be if I hadn't already bought it from the criminal Amish flea market. Tell me about the Matrix. Check. Since you're friends of Caleb's, I'll fork over the info. The first thing to know about Corp systems is that they are juiced up to the max. The Corps have all the money in the world, so every one of their systems is pretty much maxed out. And they're not fools because they have people like me working for them. Yeah, okay. Modest. Good. A lot of that sloppy system construction you've seen earlier does not happen here. The key to the corpse is high-powered software and a lot of skill. Without both of those, the black ice will fry you so fast it will make your deck spin. Services. Tell me about these experimental programs. You may have heard of my latest inventions. They're called Rebound and Degrade. Well, very 90s and very 80s because they were going off cyberpunk at that time. And yeah, you know, with some 90s jargon thrown in there. But they, overall, they kept pretty close to the way the Shadowrun game culture works. And I think some of it is a nod to the way a lot of people play Shadowrun, because they kind of throw in, you know, some cools and, you know, dopes and whatever else, you know, that kind of thing. And like my friend Joe, we played in a lot of Shadowrun games, and we always end up putting in references to things that are pop culture now, but would be really passé in the 2050s. Like, you know, we have characters. We've had characters based on like Lemmy Kilmister from Motorhead and Quentin Tarantino and things like that. So, you know, we're very retro in the way we do it. Anyway, Rebound and Degrade. I've heard some lower hackers have been pirating my earlier versions, but I have improved them and they are much better than before. In case you haven't heard of them, Rebound bounces the enemy's ice's attack back at it, allowing you to do more damage in less time. Degrade attacks the node's security rating, making all programs more effective. The cost is 30,000 new yen each. Well, so if I remember correctly, these are rating 6 for both of them, but neither of these are programs that I really use. And if I ever decide to do them, I can get the lower priced version from the other decker. I don't remember their name, or I can get them at the Crime Mall. So I'm going to pass on those for now. Okay, I just want to see what he says about the Cyber Deck. I've got a small supply of one of the rarest things in the sprawl, a Fairlight Excalibur deck. It is awesome. Nothing can touch it, unless you believe the propaganda Fuchi is spreading. I'd be willing to part with it for 185,000 new yen. Oh, one important thing too, negotiation will affect the prices in stores and prices of Shadowruns and things like that. It does not affect the prices of buying stuff through contacts. Those prices always stay constant no matter how high your negotiation is. Okay, so we'll skip that because I already have one. Okay. Okay, am I just stuck in a loop here? Okay, there we go. Nice chatting with you. Goodbye. You are disconnected without another word. Okay, bid phone again. Captain Quentin James. The video display turns on, placing you face to face with the ex-merc. Who the truck are you? How did you get my number? What? Huh? Friend of mine? Well, get talking. I would like to procure your services. What do you need? Some info on Hollywood? Or do you want some serious firepower? Or do you want me to pass along the name of a friend of mine? Let's see. Who the hell is this that I just called? Oh yeah, that was Captain James. I'm looking for some contacts. I can patch you into a hotshot rigger. She can drive anything built and knows the wilderness in these parts like she was born there. I only charge 2,800 new yen. This is easily one of the most important things to get in the game, because you do have to get into the Sally Sheed wilderness later on, and when you have this contact, this rigger who basically riggers plug into vehicles and can drive them with their mind. They can also command drones remotely. When you have her on your side, you can pay her for trips in, and you don't have to worry about some of the rougher paths or getting busted trying to get in illegally, if I remember correctly. But anyway, at any rate, okay, her street name is Sharky. Here's her number. You put the name and number in your pocket secretary. Okay, I would like to procure your services. What do you need? Some info on Hollywood, or do you want some serious firepower? Or do you want me to pass along the name of a friend of mine? Let's see, we'll find out about Hollywood. I've done the prison run thing once or twice. Remember in 2028? No, it was in all the net reports. My rep was built on that run, you little punk. You're making me mad, so apologize nicely, and I'll tell you the ins and outs of a Hollywood jailbreak. Otherwise, go buzz. Oh, you mean the Weller prison break? Legendary! Like Radical Rex. Legendary! Don't schmooze, boy. Boy, huh? Okay, pardon me again. Another quick screenshot. Yeah, that's a definite miscalculation if you're playing a female character and it says boy. Okay. Thank you for that moment. Now then. Anyhow, that Hollywood's a hard nut to crack. Getting in is tough, especially if you want to go in quiet. If you can get a friend on the inside, though, you could walk right in. I'd recommend either a level 4 maglock passkey to get you through the inner security doors, or plenty of grenades. Bring some friends along. They can cover while you're pinpointing the location of the inmate you're trying to bust out. And yeah, that will come into play. I would like to procure your services. What items do you have to offer? I've got a few suppliers who could deliver some quality weaponry. I don't recommend you buying it for show, though. These weapons are highly illegal, and you'll be in a world of hurt if Lone Star catches wind of what you're packing. But I have a weapons permit, so who cares? I've got some frag grenades for 400 new yen, and an H&K SMG with laser sighting and a gas vent for 1,000 new yen. Are you interested? Wait a second. I thought he was supposed to have something different. Okay, I'm just going to say no for right now. Yeah, this was a nice chatting with you. Goodbye. Yeah, this is one of the problems sometimes with the way they do the dialogue trees. It's kind of hard to figure out how to end them. Later, Shadow Boy. And here we go again. I don't know if there was just something wrong with this patch, but, you know, I know it's risky anytime you try to mod something, but, yeah, from what the patch creator had said, everything was figured. So, yeah, I just want to have evidence to show to them. Instead of saying, hey, this thing was wrong. Okay. Alright, so we're done with him. So let's make another call. We're just going to monopolize the phone here. That was James, so we're going to call Hobbs. The vid phone comes alive and a well-dressed company man appears. Alessandro here. Speak. I would like to procure your services. I would like to prick you. Are you a Johnson? I want to prick you. I suppose you want some information on corporation procedures, or would you like to acquire a Maglock passkey, or would you want to meet a Seattle City official? Let's see. What is Hobbs? Let's see. Okay. So let's see. He has... These keys are quite expensive. 10,000 new yen for level 3 and 20,000 new yen for level 5. Are you still interested? Easy money, chummer, I'll pay. Easy money, chummer, I'll pay. They don't immediately say which is which, but I'm going to assume the second one is the more expensive one. My delivery boy will have it there in seconds. Pure courier services, corporation information. Corps have two basic principles of security. The first is patrols. Human patrols are the most common, but some corps use mages, metahumans, and possibly paranormal creatures. What is the second type of security? Technological. They primarily use maglock systems and security doors to restrict access. These doors have a variety of ratings from 1 to 5. Some corp doors can be opened with a maglock passkey of level 2, most with level 3. Hence why the one I wanted to buy is the level 5, and also had the electronics kit along with it. Let's see, courier services, I believe I'd be interested in a meeting. I happen to be on the same wavelength as a fellow public servant of your fair city. For a token gift of 8,000 new yen, I could give you his name and number. Interested? I don't remember if this guy really has much to offer, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. His name is Sergeant Mackelman, a security guard in Hollywood Correctional. I'm sure he could reveal many interesting tidbits about avoiding security. Nice chatting with you. Goodbye. You're disconnected without another word. A lot of that going around. Maglock passkey, rating 5, yes. This item is automatically used. Okay, I hope it's not a one-use thing. I'm pretty sure you can use those things over and over. Yeah, I don't see a use ticker on the electronic kit. So, okay. So we're gonna go back to the phone. Sharky. Also an elf. A female voice modulates from the pretty face on the vid. Sharky here. You looking for a ride somewhere? I would like to the pretty. Here. Need to bypass the Sally Sheed visa checkpoint? Or maybe you want to drop you deep in the woods, like down by the Sinceriac. Sinceriac. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Sinceriac, I guess. I also have a stash you might be interested in. Trying to remember what the... Oh yes, I remember what Sharky has. What equipment do you have? All I have are some of these smart goggles. They're not as efficient as a smart link, but they allow you to operate a smart gun without getting cybered. Would you like to buy one for 3,000? Yes, I think I would, because while Freya is going to use her magic more often than not, if she does use a gun, I would rather have her have one with a smart link than a laser sight, because that's still going to be more accurate even without the cybernetic smart link. Whiz, I'll have him dropped there ASAP. And that S looks like a $sign. From a distance, it really does look like a $sign. Okay. Alright, so... this item is automatically used. Okay. I want to go ahead and give those to Freya. Okay, so she now has the smart goggles and a full inventory. So Winston will be picking up the straggling stuff for the moment. Let me drop a quick save now that I've accomplished a few things. Let's see. talk to Mackelman. I don't think we've talked to him yet. A large troll lancer is looking nervously around as if expecting something bad to happen. This is the Sarge. I'm in a hurry, so talk fast. Okay, let's get this over with. If I'm found out, it could be big trouble for me. I can tell you some stuff about corporate security, or maybe something about how the stuff works. Or do you need my help for something? So we have corporate security procedures, tips to avoid detection. I have other ways of getting into Hollywood, but, that's an option. And each corporation building has many levels. Usually the higher the level, the higher the security. This covers all areas: patrols, maglock doors, security cameras. All that stuff is tougher to fool the higher you go. Each corp sets up a few patrols to walk back and forth in open areas like entryways and hallways. If you want to avoid a patrol, avoid walking in these areas for too long. You will be wise to get a security pass before you enter any corp. Without one, you'll stick out like a sore thumb and have a much higher chance of being questioned by a guard. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that. I would like to procure your services. Okay. Tips to avoid detection. To avoid security guards, use invisibility. This only works on humans, though, because trolls like me can see heat, and invisibility doesn't hide that. Security cameras are not fooled by invisibility either, so don't try it. The way you really have to get around the security cameras is hack into the matrix inside the building, find the node that controls the security cameras, and turn it off. And hope they don't turn it back on. Detection by a camera depends on the person looking at it. It's much easier to sneak by a camera alone than with two other people following you. On simple missions, go alone. I don't know about that. The fastest way to disable security is to have a decker break into the system and crash it. All the cameras and maglocks will go down. This is true, which handles the technological aspect of it, but on the other hand, it will make the living security that much more freaked out. You're disconnected without another word. And that voice really hurts. Let's see. Do I have anyone else that I need to... Did I get a call? Oh, never mind. Now there was some place I needed to go next. Let me just see where that is. Okay. The reason, by the way, I was a little thrown off on the weapon that Captain James was offering, from what I understood, it was supposed to be a stripped-down version of that rifle. And the reason I wanted a stripped-down version is because that way I could customize it exactly as I wanted. If you have a laser sight on a weapon like that one did, you can't put a smart link in it, and vice versa. So I wanted the weapons to just start at straight up bare bones and customize it from there. So that kind of messed me up a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is head to, let's see. I think there's a sudden disturbance up ahead. You glimpse someone taking your picture with a holocam. The person quickly disappears into the crowd. Okay, fan. Woohoo. That's Fuchi. Not going in there. Oh. That is Mitsuhama. Not going in there. Somewhere around here. That's an abandoned building. Not going in there. Crowd's part as you were approached by a Lone Star patrol. A moment, citizen. We want a word with you. Talk to them. Keeping your cool, you answer all of their questions convincingly. Finally, Lone Star continues on its way. Yeah, it's proof, by the way. I could be wearing the heavy combat armor as long as I have the weapons permit. They don't give a shit. And that is Lone Star headquarters? No fucking way I'm going in there. Yeah, let's have the career criminal go into the headquarters of the corp that covers police services. Brilliant plan. What do we want to do afterwards? Oh, okay, I'm going to stick our face in a fan and tug on Superman's cape. Yeah, sounds like a night. Where is the exit from this place? Ahead of you is a man lying on the street. He seems to be hurt badly. As you approach, you notice that the figure is not as wounded as he first appeared. You close and see only inches separate you from a vampire. Okay, I'm wondering exactly what first aid constitutes in this particular instance. As you bend down to start first aid, the man's eyes flash red and you catch a glint of fangs as he hisses at you with supernatural agility. He attacks. And done and dusted, quite literally. In fact, it looks like there actually is, dust there. I was like, okay, is he going to drain my essence and will that actually kill me because I have so little? Oh, I'm trying to remember the geography of this place. Because if I remember correctly, I am in downtown Seattle right now. And the Seattle Space Needle is actually a place you can go into. And it's a place that I want to go into because there's someone I need to talk with there. That's just an abandoned building. All right, get through the corn maze, you two. Who do you have so? Do you mean why do I have so little essence? Because I shoved a lot of cyberware into myself. And can you get more? Nope. A gang of I-5ers jump out of the crowd. So, you chose to serve the Yakuza, then you deserve to die like the other enemies of the Mafia. Well, I'm glad we could work that out. No, you can't get essence back. If you actually take cyberware out, then in addition to having unless you get tissue put in, in addition to having a physical hole where you were, what the fuck? Then you have basically like a gap of essence that you could put something into. Oh, it's quite alright. Company man, talk to him. He snaps. As well he should. That was a company man that... They use that same sprite for mages, apparently. Yeah, you can use that to kind of fill in something that's the same amount of essence or combinations of it. But you can't ever get that essence back. The only exception is if you become a essence sucker, and then you have to live by draining essence from things. The shadowy image of a watcher, a phantasmal magical messenger, materializes in front of you. Come quickly, my master needs help. Take me to him, I'll help. The watcher leads you through some side streets. He points ahead and you see an old man being brutally beaten by a group of I-5ers. The mage looks up. The I-5ers turn around, following his gaze. Look, some new meat to tenderize. Get him, boys. Okay, here we go. Yeah, sorry to put you all through another one of those, but I never know when I'm going to see them again. Okay. All right. It's good there. As the gangers come at you, you catch the mage giving you a wave of thanks. He then shimmers and fades to nothingness. It's not really uncommon, by the way, for watchers to disappear instead of sticking around to help their masters, because they're summoned for generally one task, and as soon as that task is done, they're out. Warrior, good to see you, sir. How are you? Arrived just in time for some tail end of Shadowrunning. I've been collecting contacts and advancing the story. Is that something I can pick up? Nope, just random whatever. Okay, where the fuck was I going? God damn it. Routes partners who were approached by a Lone Star Patrol, a moment citizen, we want a word with you, talk to them, keep them cool headed, and then go on their way into the donut shop. Fucking pigs. Eat some soy donuts. Let's see, call taxi. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out... Oh, there it is. Okay, it was unmarked. No wonder I missed it. You enter Seattle's famous landmark, the Space Needle. It's a popular tourist attraction, but if you've seen one steel and glass structure, you've seen them all. I don't know about that. After riding the elevator, you enter the bar at the top of the tower. I want candy. I want candy. I had to. A bright-eyed young man is creating magical fire when you enter. Hello, please join me. I am a pyromaniac. Let's see. Information? I might know something of use. What's your story? My name is Trent. I've been studying the mystical arts, the powers of magic. I was studying at the university, but I quickly tired of the parlor tricks they taught there. I aspired to learn so much more. I've decided to add to my experiences by working for those who pay for me to have them. Let's see. Need some questions? Yes, like what? Like to hear about mages? Mages use arcane magic. Shamans require a totem and are forced to adhere to the laws of nature. Mages have no such limitations. We use our intellect to call upon the astral plane and bend it to our will. This is not entirely true because mages generally have one way to do a spell and do it the same way every time because they know exactly what it's going to do. They stick to that formula. Shamans, because they are borrowing power from nature, can do whatever, like motions and such, really strike them at the moment. Yeah. So, a shaman very rarely casts a spell the same way twice. Mages will do it the same way every single time. So, in a way, they are more limited. This is true, warrior. This is true. When I get some more experience, you'll see some serious casting come from these fingers. Goober Slot, you want to weigh in on that line? Any questions? Looking for some contacts. I've got the number of an old professor of mine. Jefferson is his name. Most folk will only sell names to you, but the professor is always willing to talk with new people without the influence of money. He places the name in your pocket secretary. Hey, free contact. I like this guy already. Questions answered. Do you know of any Johnsons in the area? Yeah, I know of a local Johnson. Goes by the name of Vigor. I occasionally see him over in the Rat's Nest, but he does his work out of the Wanderer and Pulley Up Barrens. Okay. What to do? Just show me the new yen, chummer. Looks like you've already got your hands full, pal. Come on back when you can free up a spot for my talents. So yes, Trent is not a bad mage. He's definitely no Freya. An old man flashes his gums at you. His foul breath is air freshener compared to the stench of his withered body. You decide to find a booth on the far side of the room. Yeah, but mages also get access to watchers, so that kind of evens it out. Okay. So, yeah, actually I do want to call Professor Johnson. Or Jefferson, rather. Next screen, we're getting to know a lot of people. Professor Jefferson. You dial Professor Jefferson. After a short delay, he picks up. Yes, what is it? I don't have all day. I'll light your car. Well, Judith, perhaps would you like to learn something about paranormal creatures? Or hear of an exclusive club for mages? Or can I interest you in meeting an ex-student of mine? Tell me about the paranormal creatures. I have learned quite a few remarkable things, such as what do hellhounds, vampires, and feathered serpents all have in common? Give up? I hate every one of them. They will kill my face. Well, they all have thermographic vision, which makes invisibility useless on them. Good to know, no? Yes. Also, a hellhound's apostrophe there, Professor. And capitalization on that A. I'm guessing you're not an English professor. A hellhound's fire is magical in nature, rendering armor useless. Yeah, this is why hellhounds are assholes. I have the best armor in the game, and it's not going to mean diddly dick once I finally get there. Finally, Bandersnatch have adaptive coloring, which allows them to blend in with surrounding terrain. Even Cyber Eyes have trouble discerning a Bandersnatch from his environs. Actually, Warrior, it depends on how the fire is produced. If it's produced like a combat spell, then it would ignore armor because it'd ground right into the target. If it's fire in real space, then yeah, armor would count. Okay. Let's see. Tell me about this club. I belong to a choice group in the magic community. The biggest benefit, besides their informative newsletter, is that you get good discounts at Rhiannon's magic shop. If you pay me the one-time entrance fee of 1,500 new yen, I can get you in. Do you want to join? Fuck yes. I've just registered your name. Now go, there are miracles to discover. Enthusiastic guy, but I want to check with him real quick again. Ah, Judith, it's you. What can I do for you? Looking for some contacts. He graduated with flying colors, and he might be able to help you in your line of work. If you could give me a payment of 2,000 new yen, I could give his number to you. Are you interested? Let's see. And... yes, we are definitely interested in this guy. His name is Gregory Wilms. He holds a PhD in sorcery and works for some big corp in Chicago. Nice chatting with you. Goodbye. Good luck in your quest for knowledge. I like him. Yeah, and HMHVV Sasquatch. That is a Bandersnatch, right? Because Wendigo are supposed to be orcs. You can Gooberslot, but the thing is, the results will vary depending on what their reputation is. And like the prices with things, like vendors will vary depending on their negotiation. So for those reasons, I tend to let Judith do most of the calling. VidPhone. Gregory Wilms. The VidPhone dims, but you can still make out a figure on the other side. Who calls me at such a late hour? Your services. Would you care for a lesson in the use of paranormal creatures in a corporate environment? Or would you hear about a magic enhancement device I've created? Or perhaps you'd like a discount on your magic purchases? I could use a good discount. Warrior, please don't call him that. We've got Johnson's left and right. You know, the last thing we need is a deep throating too. Tired of paying retail prices, eh? I can put your name on our corporate discount list at Merlin's Allure for 4,000 new yen. Do you accept? Yes. Now, if you're wondering why I wanted discounts at both of the magic shops as opposed to just one, it's because the different magic shops have different spells and things available. It isn't like with the cyberware shops where you can buy all the same things. It's just a matter of price and Yakuza influence. This way, any kind of spell I want, I'm going to be getting a discount out of the shop. Not really. It doesn't really influence that much. Although it would have been interesting if it did. I mean, they've got some of the mechanics in here, with the way some of the metagroups speak to Judith as a human. So it wouldn't have been out of the realm of possibility. After you transfer the creds, Wilms accesses the corporate files to add your name. You're all set. Anything else? Tell me about the paranormal creatures. The corporations are training paranormal creatures to do their bidding. It seems they are more cost-effective, more attentive, and much less likely to be bribed. Unless you got a big stake with you. Suffice to say, they are also extremely hard to domesticate. Hellhounds are most common. They are extremely vicious, work well in packs, and have heightened senses. They are not fooled by invisibility and are immune to fire like Powerball spells. Yeah, Powerball is, a very strong spell in which you select six numbers and try to win millions of dollars. They also breathe fire, which can be a hazard in areas that are decorated with paintings and such. We have started using these animals here at AS Technology. Oh, ha, ha, ha. I shudder when I hear about AS Technology. I can tell you from first-hand experience that they are quite effective. Now, if we can only do something about the blasted Deckers in the Matrix. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. There was an incident in a Shadowrun game many years ago where we were trying to break into a corp that had hellhounds as guards, and we didn't unfortunately know much about hellhounds. Our characters didn't, and we managed to get a vehicle, steal a vehicle for the run, and it happened to be a hostess Twinkie truck, so it had like a bunch of hostess products in it. And while we were planning, we were snacking on the Twinkies because they have a half-life of 7 gazillion years. And one of us got the bright idea to unpackage the Twinkies and throw them over the fence as a distraction, not putting two and two together and realizing that they see by heat, and Twinkies obviously don't give off heat, so all they saw was a big blob of heat throwing a rock in their direction, at which point they fried both us and the Twinkies. So, yeah. Okay, procure your services, magic enhancement device. This here device is much like a spell focus with one exception. It increases the power of any spell used when it is held by a mage or shaman. Tell you what, I'll sell this one to you for, 50,000 new yen. Sound like a good deal? It would be if I hadn't sided with the Yakuza, because this power focus is only a rating 2. The one I got from the Yakuza is a rating 4, and they do not stack. So there is no point in getting this one. Okay. I'll talk to you later, chum. Goodbye. Okay, so I've now got discounts akimbo. Got the plot started. Oh yeah, you could cyber up a paranormal critter, but it tends to make them unhinged. So some of the corporations actually do that for that exact reason. Let's see. Okay, so at this point, I've only actually got one contact left that I'm really interested in getting, so I'm going to go ahead and do him get him. And call it a night after that. To head to Penumbra. We had our skill at it was fairly minimal, so we had to take what the GM was willing to give us. Big Rhino. No, this is not where I wanted to go. I don't want candy. I'm looking for a different place entirely. Okay. I think that's the Tarislar Inn. Sun disturbance. I-fibers. Oh boy, here we go again. What the hell is that thing? I don't think that was in the street before. Okay, I know they dropped something there. What the fuck is it? Oh, it's a clip. Okay, that's what it was. I should do a little healing real quick. Yeah, I eventually wanted to get up to where Freya could do all the healing for me. Not only through her spell, but also through... Person's not injured. Okay, I thought he was. Where Freya could do all the healing for me through both spell and medkit. That's the place I just said was not the place. Ting that. That is an abandoned building. That is Icarus descending. Where the fuck am I going? I have totally lost my train of thought as to... That was the big rhino. No, did not want to go in there. You approach the corporate office entrance of Fuchi Industrial Electronics. A camera with an ID pad looks down at you. It appears Fuchi screens its visitors before they enter the office. A stern voice demands you state your business. Lacking any real reason to enter, the guard switches off the intercom and you return to the street, thankfully with everything I had when I came in. Okay. Okay. Before I go too much farther, let me check Mr. Johnson's. Okay, they are in the Barrens. Okay. No. And I've never heard that before. And no, it doesn't adhere to that rule. Okay. Vigor's the Johnson, Jarl is his bodyguard. Sort of like a Pinky in the Brain thing, I guess. This is the Wanderer. This fairly quiet bar averages about one fight every 3 hours. And I think it's like a 1 in 3 chance that you get knocked out by one of those fights. Greetings, Judith. My buddy Jarl was just wondering if you were interested in scoring big new yen tonight. Jarl just scowls. I actually had visited this guy a lot before because he's the one that gave me the Matrix passcode that let me run the UCAS system over and over again for the repeated data steals that earned me that million new yen I was using. So I'm not going to mess with him for right now, but I need some info. Sure, he smiles. Sure, anything to help a pal. We are pals, are we not? If you want me to hook you up with some of my other pals, it'll cost you 750 new yen, a special rate for you. I don't know if that's actually reduced from what he would normally do. I don't recall the Johnsons reducing their price specifically because I've done runs for them. I'm looking for some contacts. I have a fixer I use when I need to do something nefarious. He gets you the items you need, no questions asked. Would you like his name? Easy money, chum, or I'll pay. The new yen is deducted from your credit stick. His name is Max. I placed his number in your pocket secretary. Okay. Some information, questions answered. Sorry, I don't know anything that would help you right now. Hey, you're the customer and I'm the wheelman. Lay it on me, chum. I'll talk to you later, chum. Come back when you need my services again. Rather old Mitsuhama computer technology, practice to my knowledge. Should first ask questions, never policy on some MCT property, but tends to extend to some extreme prejudice, off-site hunting afterwards. So, how's that different from other corporate policies? I'm not being a smart ass. I'm asking seriously. What do we have here? A tired dwarf with a data jack in his head looks up at you. What do you want? Looking for some information. I've been around and seen many things. What's your story, chummer? I came up here to drown my sorrows, but I guess you want to talk. I'm called Petra. Peter, I don't know. I worked in the tech division of the Stuffer Shack where I learned my way around the cyber deck. Stuffer Shack is basically a 7-Eleven. So, the tech division of a 7-Eleven. I kind of looked at it as like a 7-Eleven or a Wawa combined with the basic parts of a Radio Shack. Yeah. Aztec? No, I didn't think Aztechnology ran those. I was jealous of those cyber cowboys with their guns and chrome. The Matrix got them all they wanted, so I stole me a deck, plugged in, and I've never looked back. Some questions. Like what? Tell me about the Matrix. The Matrix is an area in cyberspace. Matrix is actually cyberspace that basically connects all computer systems together. Any system that is hooked into the Matrix can be accessed. Once inside a system, we can take data files and sell them to people called fixers. Fences is what I usually say, but yeah. Deckers like me would rather be in cyberspace than in this dreary world any day. How is it you're a dwarf? This ought to go over great. He grimaces a bit, but started to talk. We've been called a lot of things, from mutations to freaks. We prefer metahumans. Dwarfs should be dwarves, are one of the 4 metahuman groups, the others being elves, trolls, and orcs. As you can see, we are generally stouter and stronger than you, but those are about the major differences. Dwarves are also shorter. Dwarfs. Can dwarfs teach you how to play golf? Okay, let's talk about a different subject. I'll talk to you later, chum. No sweat, chum. Good luck in your struggles. Is that something? Now, did they say that in 5th edition? Because I'm wondering if that's something where they're saying Aztechnology recently bought them out. I don't remember them ever being listed as being the controlling interest in the Stuffer Shacks before that. Good phone. We're going to talk to Max. The connection engages, and there is a pale man peering at you from the other end. State your business quickly, friend. I would like to procure your services. Well, the only service I offer is to forge corporate security badges, but perhaps you'd be interested in some of my hardware. So now that we know this guy, I don't know if we can actually get the badges now, or if we have to have the run first. Let's try. I can whip up some clearance badges in no time. I have all the plates here, but I need to charge you a craftsman's fee of 6,000 new yen. These babies are guaranteed to work, and my name ain't Max. They're only good for one visit, so you know where to come when you need more. By the way, it's very important that I met him now, because okay, I believe you. Interesting. It's very important that I met Max now, because after a certain something happens in this game, Max is unreachable. If you have not, okay, well the Johnson, Vigor, the one you got Max's contact from, if you hadn't met Vigor by a certain period or certain event in the game, then he and Jarl skip town, and you cannot get in touch with Max, which means you can't get these. But anyway, what items do you have to offer? I've got 2 SMG beauties. One is the HK-227, complete with laser sight, gas vent 2, and sound suppressor for 1,500. The other is an AK-97 with a gas vent 3, sound suppressor, and smart gun compatible for only 2,000. Somebody's supposed to have a strip down in this. I've also got level 4 and level 5 maglock passkeys that I'll let go for 30,000 new yen and 42,000 respectively. Which is way more than what Hobbs sold me that for, so you got outpriced here. And that's a deal. So are you interested in purchasing any of this highly illegal stash? Not right now. Later, Choma. Okay, let me figure out the next place that I'm going to need to go, and then we'll call it. Okay. Reload his pistol there. The main corps are all made up. They have actually used some brand names for certain things. Like for example, the vehicle source book called the Rigger Black Book had some actual vehicle company names, like there was a small commuter car called the Chrysler Nissan Jackrabbit, and there was another one called the Ford Americar, things like that. Yeah, it depends on whether you want to stick mostly to the fictional lore, or whether you want to dig a little into it. God damn it, I can't remember where I'm supposed to go. My brain. To conclude. Yeah, I always put Microsoft in there, and the main product I gave them was a magical hermetic library on CD-ROM called Grimoire 98. Warrior, I would love to get some of the information you have, because this is news to me, but I'm fascinated to hear it. Okay, well, okay, as of right now, I'm pretty much willing to say that I have no idea where the fuck I'm supposed to be. So until I figure that out, I'm not going to make you all watch me wander around. So I think we're going to call it for tonight. And I do hope y'all are enjoying the shadow running here. I know I get pretty thick into the lore, but I hope this does provide some amusement for you. I can't help but worry when I see people not comment for a while, you know, I'm like, oh God, did I put them to sleep? But we have started along the main plot. Oh, cool. Appreciate that. Thank you, Gooberslot. Appreciate that. So we have started along the main plot. We have gotten, I believe, all the contacts that we need. Cool, Misfit Kitten. Good to hear. And we have several different ways we can go, but we are on our way to figuring out what happened to Michael and what Renraku has to do with it. So very soon we will follow up on those leads, and somebody's going to have some splaining to do about what happened to our brother.